Trevin here with Snowshoe Mountain at the top of the race course for race number 2 of the Powerade race series. I'm going to give you a little course preview here. Same start as usual. And the upper section of the course has pretty much remained unchanged as with the previous race. The course conditions today are slightly damp. We actually had a pretty good gully washer the night before. Quite a bit of rain, but you know, the trail bed has been packed in quite heavily so far this season. Actually, the conditions were quite nice despite the rain the previous night. So the top part there, saw the road gap, and same turn right there on the slope into this slightly technical section, and we're approaching West Ridge Road onto the tarmac, and then I will pre-jump down the hillside again. Got that little left-hand turn, step down jump, and into the whip tabletop. Nice scrub over that. Slight little sprint section here before we enter the woods again. Get your braking in check right here. We got pretty good steep and right-hand turn onto the flat here around these two rocks. Kind of slightly awkward, but fun corner. And into a little bit of a rock garden there, and a little flat to check up on, and then down into the steep, what we call the 90s section here. Despite that rain, wasn't too bad. Still get through there, pretty good speed from the support. Now here we move that tree that you could barely fit those wide bars through, and we're actually going to head right here on a path that we haven't used in many years, and single tracking through here, a little bit off camber. This section of trail hasn't been used in quite a while, and you'll notice to the left right there was the kicker rock that we often run you towards, but now we're avoiding that. We're going to stay right on some single track through here, a few little ditches and rocks that we're going to be riding over, and along the slope. Left hand turn here, kind of loose. Did a little work right here with the right hand turn, trying to smoothen that up, make it flow a little better. Bit of rock garden here, tough corner right there. I was not set up for, but a little practice on the course would certainly help increase the flow and speed through there. Now we're back on the old main line and approaching the ditch jump. A little bit of a step down off the takeoff here into the ditch and off into the mid-station shays here. So a little bit of recovery here. You can compose yourself. We're going to head into the woods, and this is where the course is split. Left will be our older amateurs and Weekend Warrior intros, and then we're elite, and the 29 and under amateurs will be following this route through Hairball. Gonna duck a few ropes here. Trail is closed at the current moment, but technical section in here, we'll walk you through Hairball first. One thing that's going to be changed for this race is we're not going to include the wild zone. We're actually going to keep heading right along this route here. Wild zone is to the left. We're going to head right and take the old traditional route down into Hairball. So under the lift line here, steep tight left hand turn and into a kind of fall line rock garden, pretty rough in here. There's a left line around the rock to my right, which is kind of rollable, somewhat droppable. It's a very technical feature. Left line is definitely easier. Steep in here, slightly supported, and into a bit of a traverse here. Pretty rocky, pretty rough. You can see that suspension getting used up as we make our way into the steeper section of Hairball. Traditionally, if we rode the wild zone, this is where right here is where you join back into the trail. Now we're coming in a different route, and here's into that lower steeps. Coming across here, tight right hand turn, tough one, kind of hang the outside seems to be the best line there, and coming into this section. Some of the gnarly rocks of Hairball. Come on to a bit of a bridge here, into more rocks. The rock garden pretty rough. Try to keep balanced on the bike, keep centered, keep the wheels rolling, carry momentum, pumping all the edges and back sides of those things as you can. There's not a whole lot of pedaling going on in all those rocks, so trying to carry the momentum is key. Now we're coming into Roberto's Rock, as it's known. It's an old rock drop, Norba rock drop. Flat takeoff, flat landing, pretty rough. Across the road here, down into the last section of Lower Hairball. Rocks, rocks, more rocks, of course. Super technical. Picking a line through here is often tough. You're not usually on the one you intended, but we are done. A little chance to compose yourself, recover a little bit, and prepare for the final stretches of the Elite 29 and under amateur course. Some high speed, little gaps, and we're cruising through here. You gotta get set up, carrying lots of speed. You gotta make sure you know that we're gonna be taking a right hand turn right in here, following this route. Meanwhile, the other part of the split course is coming in on the left. I'm gonna take you into the final stretches of the older amateur Weekend Warrior and intro course. We're gonna actually run you the same route down the old pro course, hip jump and all that, into the high speed off camber here. And we've rerouted here. No longer do we have a big steep. We have a nice step down machine section here. Big right hand berm into a step down feature here. Plenty of fun to be had. And now you're on the old trail where the left hand turn, a little bit of berm support, and you're no longer heading left there onto that off camber right hand. Now you turned earlier, a little bit of berm support, swinging you through there. So exiting the woods, same step down sections, and now that's the merge where we finish towards our buckles. Finish line is going to be right about there. And that is a look at your race course for Powerade race number 2. Hope to see you here. Looking like a good forecast. Should be fun. Come on and check us out. Ride.Snowshoe MTN.